Father Zil came and helped me to hear confession, and before the Mass started, he told me, "Hey, Minh, we run out of sinners." I'm happy that you all have made it. Confession for me is like taking a shower. How often do you take a shower? Every day, right? And it's makes you feel good. It helps you to start the day with a fresh mind. And it helps you to go to bed feeling relaxed. So confession for me is like taking a shower. If we take a shower for our body every day, why don't we take a shower for our spiritual body? Because it makes us feel even better than taking a shower for our body. So for anyone who have not been able to make it, I can do it either after Mass or any Mass tomorrow. I can come and see the confession room for you. That's for taking shower. Today, we begin with the Gospel according to Matthew. And he began his Gospel with this saying, "This is how the birth of Jesus Christ came about." Then he goes on and telling a story about Joseph struggling with Mary's ambiguous pregnancy. Which makes me think if Joseph had not accepted what the angel revealed to him in his dream, then Jesus would have been born. But the fact is, Blessed Mother was pregnant, which means Jesus will be born no matter what. So my question is this: what does St. Matthew mean when he said, "This is how the birth of Jesus Christ came about"? It is obvious that Joseph was in a great dilemma, right? Do you think so? You feel so? On one hand, he found it too difficult to accept the fact that his fiancée, who had made a vow to be a virgin, to remain a virgin, but now was carrying a baby in her womb. The baby that Joseph knows is not his. And on the other hand, even though Joseph had all right to divorce her, he did not want to do so. He did not want to expose her to shame. He did not want to humiliate her. That dilemma, he got caught up in that dilemma. He got disturbed. His heart was in great trouble, and he's even going to his sleep. I keep thinking about this Gospel and link it to the reality. And really, if we put ourselves, any of you, any husband, if you can put yourself, a wife, if you can put yourself in St. Joseph's situation, it seems impossible for us to not be out of control, right? We may act crazy, may do some stupid thing. But thanks be to God that Saint Joseph, he did not act out crazy. He did not run out of control. If he did, I don't know what's going to happen to Blessed Mother and to the unborn Jesus. But fortunately, he did not. On the contrary, even though he was very confused and I guess very disappointed, even though he was allowed to divorce her and humiliate expose, humiliate her to shame. He did not do so. He sought out for what would please the Lord the most. He sought out for his guidance. And the appearance of the angel in his dream tell me that Joseph had been tirelessly consulting for God's guidance. His heart was great trouble, but his mind, he fixed his eye on God and asking for guidance how to do it right. And as a result, he got the revelation. He got a very detailed revelation that the baby was conceived through the power of the Holy Spirit. That he will name that baby Jesus. That baby will save his people from their sins because he is the Emmanuel, which means God is with us. So that dream were considered as an enunciation to him. The first enunciation came to Mary, and now Saint Joseph got another enunciation. And the enunciation is not for Jesus to be conceived in Jesus' womb. He is a man. It is not possible. But it's for Jesus to be conceived into Joseph's heart. So when Joseph decided to take Mary to his home, it is considered as a saying yes for Jesus to be conceived into his heart. And that was how the birth of Jesus Christ came about for him, came about for Joseph. I'm sure most of you who are sitting here had gone through a time of doubt, haven't you? Have struggled with questions. It doesn't need to be from your relationships with your spouse, but it may come from a question of faith, or any other relationship with your friends, with your co-worker, and sometimes even with ourselves, right? Most of us have gone through that experience. But from the example of Saint Joseph today, we heard that word Emmanuel, which means God is with us, again proclaimed to us. The time of doubt, the time of question, time of feeling distrust, time of loss, of losing confidence in ourselves, can become a time of blessing. If we dare to turn ourselves first to God as Saint Joseph did, if we push him above everything instead of acting out according to our right, but having him first, seeking for God's guidance, the time of doubt, of question, of feeling lost, of feeling distrust, being betrayed, can turn out a time of blessing. A time that when we turn ourselves to him, asking him for his guidance, then we have the experience of having Jesus Christ to be conceived in our heart. And we will have the experience of the birth of Christ came about in our life. Once again, today, we say the word Emmanuel, God is with us. If you are dealing with any doubt, any question, either in your relationship with God, your relationship with others, or your relationship with yourself, it's a good reminder. It can be turned out a time of grace, a time for Jesus Christ to be born into our heart and into our life.